Well, first of all, I will correct you. This is not an Ukrainian crisis. This is a crisis of Russia and the leadership of Putin, authoritarian leadership, which is, creating a lot of threats to, first of all, to neighbors, to Ukraine, and also to all the Europe. That is what we are facing, And of course, knowing, since I am from Lithuania, and also I am standing rapporteur on Russia, and knowing, in some way Russian character, I would say that this, crisis of which is created by Russia can be resolved only if we shall really become strong and united, both in the EU and also, helping Ukraine to become stronger. That is what can deter, both aggression of today and also looking into longer-term future, future aggressive behavior of Russia. The strength on our side. So now Macron proposed Finlandization, which has a lot of different meanings. It's not very clear what he has in mind. In our region, and in Finland itself, Finlandization is not so popular, perhaps, as as in some other regions. So, but I would say, first of all, what for time being, what means, Finlandization? Finland is very strong, not being member of NATO, but is very strong in its defense capabilities. Each Finn is ready to fight for his, homeland, as a soldier, and Finland has really very well developed military capabilities. So that's what is very much needed for Ukraine for time being. We need to assist if NATO, membership is still discussed, but in any case, we need to assist Ukraine with its military capabilities. We need to deliver them, modern defense weaponry, what Americans, what Great Britain, what Baltic states and Poland are doing. So I think that also France could make their input into that. Second, Finland is a very prominent member of EU. So if Mr. Macron is promising for Ukraine rapid integration towards EU, we should support that idea. We are proposing to go into what we call intermediate stage, like single market first of all. But if Finlandization means both military capabilities of Ukraine upgraded up to the Finland level, and also Ukraine is becoming EU member as Finland is, I do not see any problems with that. Well, I don't know if Putin really gets what he would like to get, because from the opposite side, I would say that really with Putin's aggressive behavior, we can see how West became much more united because of Putin aggressive behavior. So that is benefit for us. Ukraine is becoming supported by military supply of military defense weapons, which was who could believe a year ago that Americans and Brits will start to provide really very efficient defense weaponry like javelins and so on. This is what again is achieved because Putin started to show his aggressive threats to Ukraine and to the whole West. So I don't know if really Putin wanted to achieve such an outcome. And inside of Russia, I don't know if you are following, but there are some very interesting recent developments when former high-ranking officers, military officers like generals, who were involved into general staff of Russian army, now they started to speak very loudly against any kind of military invasion into Ukraine, and even demanding resignation of Putin. So both domestically and and externally, Putin's aggressive behavior is bringing the outcome not so positive for him. I see the problem now that really for Putin is becoming the biggest challenge how to save his face, how to de-escalate or retract, not losing, in general, not losing popularity back home, because what he is doing now, it's not very popular domestically. And, but if he will retract, again, he will become, he will show that he is really very weak and not very, very clever, leader. Well, you know, I don't know exactly the details. This is not my direct topic, but definitely I would not be surprised, because what Putin is doing everywhere, he really everywhere tries to find a way how to split, you know, society, how to weaken the countries, you know. That is why, for example, even there are some data, not data, but some evidence which was investigated that Brexit was financed by some businessman, British businessman, who has, you know, connections with Kremlin. We saw a lot of, you know, Kremlin efforts in the United States. We see efforts in Lithuania, for example. We are quite simply because we are so much accustomed that we are not becoming nervous because of that. We know how to defend ourselves. But I would not be surprised if it will appear that really, you know, Kremlin also was involved into all those, you know, developments in Spain.